Now I'm going to be tying an Irish WetFly. This is a Dabbler, it's a style. There's many colour combinations of Dabblers, there's every colour you could probably think about. This is a colour combination, this is a golden olive version. It's like close to probably the international Dabbler as they call it. It's got a seals fur body, this is a Sunburst I'm using. You could use the golden olive as well, but I'm going to use the Sunburst. Thread I'm going to be using really bright thread. This is a firearms thread in 8.0 from uni. The hook I'm using is a Kamasan, it's a B175 size 10. Now you run my way down, tie in some red holographic tinsel. Now you could use pearl or some other gold even. I'm using the red holographic in this one. Take it down, come round the bend about, see you want to come a couple of millimetres by the bar by the hook, then come back up. To protect the red holographic tinsel I'm going to put some super glue. This is a medium holographic tinsel, you could use a small, it's up to yourself. Obviously winding over the super glue will make your tinsel last that much longer. Take any excess away, just rub it away with your finger. Cross your thread 2 or 3 turns and tie it down. Tail, just going to use some bronze mallard fibres. These are large bronze mallard. The larger feathers will get the best mark colour, or the best bronze colour anyway, and they're ideal for dabblers. Tail, again it's up to yourself really, but you're looking at least the length of the hook, so I hold that, and I've got maybe 10 or so fibres. Just use that turn of thread to control the fibres, to get it to sit where you want. That's fine, that'll do it. Don't have to be too fussy. And you run this up till, try to tie this in. I want it 2 to 3 mil from the eye at least, 3 mil in this fly. The rib is a small or a number 14 oval gold tinsel. And you catch this on the way back down, it's much easier to do that. Keep it underneath, wind your thread down till you get to your tail. That's fine. Now I'm going to get to my Sunburst dubbing. Now the Dabbler can be tied really light as much as quite heavy actually. I've seen them really heavy. Now the dubbing, my anchor point is my finger and thumb, so basically I put the dubbing on and I spin the one way, and the anchor point being my finger and thumb here controls how tight it's going to get. Much the same as if I slide it up to the hook shank. And then what I'm going to do is do a couple of turns to get it started. Make sure you start the tail, and then that then becomes the anchor point. I can then tighten up onto that. Now depending how heavy you want the body, you can tighten up or loosen off, or even add on more. So dial up to yourself. Just need a wee touch more. You see the Sunburst seals fur, they're really bright. Now you can use the sub obviously, you don't need to use the seals fur. Keep it reasonably loose. I'm going to use 2 hackles, so one for the body and one for the front. Double hackle on this one. Again, you could just have the one hackle and then put the bronze mallard on, but I'm going to have 2 hackles. So I've got it's a Chinese cock, as I say. Going to catch it on the side with a good side of the feather facing myself. Marks my thread a bit here. Make sure it's tied in. Trim away the waste. Yeah, I can use my fingers, but I'm going to use a hackle pliers so you can see what I'm doing. Just going to do a turn at the top, and then quickly wind my way down. Again, you could put more turns in if you want. It depends on your style. Looking 4 to 5 turns anyway, for a big fly like this. Rib up through, just I leave the hackle pliers sitting on my vise. Looking 4 to 5 turns. Just draw back anything going forward. Make sure the tinsels in front. Can follow it with the thread. Make sure you tie it in nice and tight. Trim away the waste. Yeah. I usually just break off the hackle just as quick. Now you can get a bit of Velcro to bring out some of the seals for. Could have a smaller hackle length, fibre length if you want, but not in this fly. Now, back to another hackle. It's a heavy dressing, so tie it on. Again, with the front of the hackle facing yourself, trim away the waist. Just want to thicken the area up. You're looking 2 to 3 turns anyway. Cross your thread. I say you can tie it lighter. I do tie them much lighter than this. Trim away the waist. Tidy the head area up. Nice and tight. Just a wee quick look. It's fine. There's a wee bit of flash in the underwing. This is some Krystal flash pearl. Just going to tie it on the top. There's 3 strands here. And I'm going to 2 or 3 turns down, fold it back. Put a bit of wax on my thread. Make sure it's got plenty of grip. Now, length of the wing, just a really quick look and see how it's sitting. I'm just rubbing it at the tip of my finger. Just see how it's spread, how it looks. Lengthwise as well. It's fine. Now for the throat, I'm just going to grab some of the bronze Mallard. Just make sure the tips are quite straight. Now you roll it to break it or just open out the fibres, so it's more like a hackle fibre than like a wing. So, but this is the throat. The length, looking, going to be shorter than the wing itself. The wing is going to be this long. This is going to be slightly shorter. Looking probably the hackle fibre length. Now what I do is I just pinch and loop up the way. So I pinch the material with my fingers either side of the hook, and I just bring it straight, the thread straight up, like 2 or 3 turns. You can spread it with your nail. See how it kind of spreads out. Very unusual flies these when it to certain people, but to the Irish and Scots we don't mind the old dabbler. And a heavy wind, a big rolling wave, windy day in some of these lochs. These are the flies times you need. Another bronze mallard here. Now there's a couple of ways you can do the wing. So there is. You can see I'm bringing the fibre straight out. The easiest way to actually do it, some of the stems come off here, so I'm going to trim this. The easiest way, you can either roll the fibre, just roll it. You can either pinch it straight on, which times you get a lovely wing if you just basically sit it on the top in the middle of the hook in the wing, and you just pinch the wing so it folds down either side, running your fingers through nice and tight, 2 or 3 turns just to make sure it's not going to move. A wee quick look at the wing. Now that's fine. The wing length is much the tail length really. To come up underneath, throw away these fibres. The bronze mallard is a thick fibre. Now wax your thread. If you wax your thread, it'll give you a lot more grip. At the same time, it's like a turn of wax thread is like equivalent to 3 or 4 turns of unwaxed thread, because you'll need 3 more turns of unwaxed thread to make sure it holds. So there you go. When you're happy with that, head's tidied up. Go straight into a wet finish. Always keeping the thread tight. Don't let the thread go. And there we are. a reasonable shape. For a nice glossy and shiny or strong head, what I like to do is come in with the super glue. The super glue I get is like a couple of coats of varnish and it dries in 5 minutes. That's why I like using it. It's not there just to hold things, it's there to speed up the process of tying the fly, in my case anyway. Once that's dry, all I have to do then is a quick coat of varnish, and that's basically, some will say it's an international dabbler. It is probably, but what is the right dressing? There's a few dressings out there, jungle cock, put on it, it's up to yourself. So I hope you enjoyed that.